In this video, I'm going to focus on the basic format for MLA documentation in the Works Cited bibliography. This is the MLA Handbook 8th edition, published in 2016. On page 20 of this handbook, you will find the core elements for documenting your source materials. The first core element is the author. The author's name is inverted. That is, the last name is given first and the first name is given second. We invert the author's name so that the documentation on the Works Cited bibliography is given in alphabetical order. The author section ends with a period. If there are two or more authors, only the first author listed, that author's name is inverted. The second, third, or all the other authors, their names are given as they appear on the published document. Again, the author section ends with a period. The second core element is the title of the source. If you are referencing an entire book, the book title is given in italics. But in most cases of academic writing at the college and university, you're going to be referencing an article published in a scholarly academic journal. For an article in a journal, we give the title of the article in standard font and quotation marks. The article title ends with a period. Then we give the name of the journal in italics. The name of the journal, because it's published in a periodical form, will also include the date of publication, the volume number, the issue number, etc. The name of the journal is in italics. The volume number, the issue number, etc. All the rest of that material is given in standard font. The journal title ends with a period. In the absence of an author's name, begin your documentation with the second core element, the title. For alphabetizing your list, list by the first important word of the title. For example, if the article title is, quote, an evaluation of competencies of first-year college students, end quote, you would alphabetize the document under E for evaluation. Do not omit the article an or the. Keep them there where they need to be, but alphabetize the document by the first important word of the title. If the first important word of the title is a numerical number, not written out in text in alphabets, but the actual number, we alphabetize the document as if the number were spelled out. For example, a web page called, quote, 9 Principles of Project Management, end quote, we would alphabetize the document as if the number were spelled out in the ends for N-I-N-E. If the title has a number, leave the number alone. Do not spell out the number, because then you're giving an incorrect title. But alphabetize it as if the number were spelled out. The third core element is the publisher and the publication date. When we are referencing an entire book, the publisher and date of copyright are sufficient. When we are referencing an article in an academic journal, the name of the journal has already been given. When we are referencing a web page or other HTML document we found online, the name of the website serves as the journal title and or the publisher. It does both. The fourth core element is the location. When we are referencing a book, we don't need anything for the location. It's a print book. When we are referencing an article in an academic journal, we provide the page number range. That is, the article begins on page X and goes through to page Y. When we are referencing a document that we found online, on the web or in an electronic database, we give the URL. Now, I mentioned using an electronic database. The location then would provide the page number range, then the name of the database in italics, and then the URL. So your instructor knows that you found that article in a library database. Okay. If you are submitting your paper in print to the instructor, make sure you remove all the hyperlinks in your bibliography. However, if you are submitting your paper as a file upload to the instructor, you can leave the URL hyperlinks active because the instructor will also be reading your paper as an electronic document. I have not covered even a fraction of all of the information that's given in the MLA handbook. That's why we have a handbook. What I've done today is just give you the basic core elements of MLA documentation for your works cited bibliography.